Welcome to Sumster Games, the place to find new strategy games. Today we're going to continue my guide of Mutineer Zero Seed of Evil, the Water Risers. Alright, so there are quite a lot of enemies in the area. We're going to start right next to this spot spawner, which is kind of further in the area of Water Risers, and we're going to kill this spot jumper on the left. For that you're going to need either Pharaoh or Big Count, somebody who has high crit chance from being hidden, and then Dax, who has Skull Splitter. So you kind of want to move close and you want to attack. And then Bormin or whomever else. We're going to start off with Big Khan because we have not been spotted. And we want to attack this guy. We need that 100% crit chance. You want to do it silently, of course. Then we're going to follow up with Dax. And we need to use Skull Splitter. You can also move closer so you get a better chance. So we want to move to about there. We're going to be using Skull Splitter. Alternatively, you can also use Moth Wings. Doesn't particularly matter. The point is you need to get that crit chance. And then Bormin can just come up to him and finish him off. Yeah. To also help me revive some abilities like Twitch Shot on Bormin, which I've used at the end of the previous combat. Okay, let me prep for the next enemy. Alright, so next up you're gonna remain in the place where was the bot spawner and the bot jumper, and you're gonna go at the wolf. Start with the wolf that's kinda away from the spawner, and you're gonna jump on top of the building that you see on the screen, and you need to make sure that after you finish the wolf fight, the girls stay on top of the building. That's very important. You can use loud weapons, you'll be far enough from the others. What you start off with is Pharaoh. Now you wanna move her to up there, and then you're gonna shoot at the wolf very loudly, not a problem.
You don't know who you're messing with. Too easy.
And we got a critical hit, very nice. Then you can use Big Khan with his boomstick.
Bang, bang.
Nice. And then you're gonna finish it off with Selma. You can use the Iron Legs on Selma, and you can move her up here, which is then going to give her better... I'll show you. Which is then going to give her a better shot because she gets a bonus from high ground, so now she has a 100% crit chance.
Welcome to the zone, biatch.
Okay, so for the next fight, what's very important is that you need to have Pharaoh and Selma, and the third person you can pick whoever. So I want to pick somebody that I need to revive abilities on, which in my case is Bormin. Then you're going to need to have on Pharaoh the GJR, which is a very good range, and on Selma the Elysium, which also has a good range. Then you're going to go towards the wolf, ambush him with Bormin, and then you're going to use Pharaoh to get 100% shot, 100% crit chance, and then the same thing with Selma. This is enough. If the girls for some reason don't give you such a good crit chances, then you can use a Twitch Shot on Selma, but it's really better if you can not use the Twitch Shot. So we're just going to go with the Elysium on the wolf. The wolf is dead. Alright, then you want to go with the pod jumper on top of this building. So what you're going to need here is Pharaoh's Moth Wings, Dax's Moth Wings. In case you have revived Skull Splitter, you can use that as well. I cannot. And the last person can again be whomever. You want to pick somebody who needs to revive their abilities, which in my case is Selma. But depending on how you do it, might be somebody else for you. Okay, so we're going to start this off by moving Selma, so ambush now. And then first thing you're going to use is Pharaoh, because she gets that bonus from being hidden. So she's going to move up here. And she's going to have a 100% shot and a 100% crit chance. Very important. So she'll just shoot.
You're the zero. That's right.
Because in order to kill these guys, you need to get 2 crit chances. That's very important. Then you're going to go with Dax now, because the Dax is going to get a bonus from high ground. So you will have good enough shot as well. You can move to there. 100% shot, 95% chance crit chance. That's good enough. So you can now shoot this guy.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna move up with Selma and finally finish him off. So Selma's going to move up to about there. And she doesn't need to get that crit chance, so she can just do a regular shot. Perfect. He is dead.
Feel that?
Alright, let me prep for the next enemy. It's easier. Next up, we're gonna go with the pod wolf and the pod spawner. You can let the pod spawner have a turn because it takes a while to actually spawn an enemy, so you can have it go a little bit. You want to make sure that you have Pharaoh, Dax, and Selma. On Pharaoh, you need to have the Elysium. You can use Gunslinger, but I'm going to try to avoid that. On Dax, you want to have the GJR, which is a very good range. That's why Dax is kind of the furthest from everybody else. And on Selma, we have the Mimir. Why these three people? It's because Selma and Dax get a bonus from a high ground, and Pharaoh is going to start this off, so she gets a bonus from being hidden. So we're going to start this with Pharaoh, and you're going to shoot at the wolf with the Elysium. So you get 100% crit chance and 100% shot. That's okay. It alerts the spawner. That's perfectly fine by me. Then you're going to go with whomever, Dax for example. Make sure you use the GJR and shoot. Now the GJR are going to need to reload, but because we're not moving with Dax, it's actually not a problem. And then Selma can finish off the pod wolf with the Mimir. Alright, so now the spawner can actually have its turn. The spawner is incapable of calling any enemies. It's just going to eventually spawn more people, so you can let it have a turn. Now, so with the Selma, you can use the Mimir again, which has a slightly lower chance of hitting, or you can use the Rambino. I'm just gonna go with the Mimir. Or you can just like find another weapon that has a better chance to hit. And we're gonna go with Elysium and finish it off with Dax, who needs to reload, and then he's gonna shoot with the GJR. Great. I like how it opens. Okay, so you've cleared the entire sort of middle area of waterizers. After that, you want to go back to the starting place, and you're going to kill some enemies over there. So let me prep, and then I'll tell you how. Now we're back at the starting point of the waterizers. Next thing you want to kill is the pod jumper. For that, you're going to need Mothwings and on Pharaoh and Dax. And the third person, as always, can be anyone. I am going to be going with Selma. Now you want to let the others come, and then as soon as they do, you want to ambush. Sometimes you might need to ambush a little bit sooner than that, which is now, because otherwise he would just see you. So you want to go with Pharaoh first. She gets the bonus from being hidden. Alternatively, if you're spotted, then you want to try to use the wings of the sniper so that you can get a better chance, at least from being on high ground. Not the best on Pharaoh, but it's the best you can do. But you should be able to do this with hidden. You can go with Pharaoh up first to ensure that she really is in a good position. Then you're going to go with Dax. You can use either Skull Splitter or Mothwings. I'm going to go with Mothwings. I'm going to move to about there and use his shot. Again, you can use Skull Splitter if you want to.
Yeah, I did that. What do you think?
And then Selma just gets a regular shot, as always. Make sure you move her closer. Yeah, 75% chances. Did.
That was awesome.
Alright, next we're going to go at these two guys at the same time. For that, you're going to need to move through this little spot here, which seems like it doesn't work, but actually does. So just like walk, and they can just go straight through. You can move Selma there. Now, Dax does not actually need to be up. You can move him down. Okay, so this is a bit of a bug on my side. It seems to allow me to use Mothwings on Dax even though I've just used them. So I'm not gonna do that. Not that you would want to use it in this fight anyway, so I'm just gonna let it go and then it's gonna recharge step by step. So Dax can just be close, it doesn't matter. Now, weapon-wise, you want to make sure that Dax can have the Mimir, because Dax is close to the enemy. So he doesn't need to have anything long range. Pharaoh needs to have the Elysium, and for Selma, you want to give her the GJR, something that has a good range. Now, if you're wondering why we're going at these guys and not at the pod destroyer first, there's a reason for that. It's because when the pod destroyer dies, he blows up, and then these two can go and fight you. So that's why we're going to go at them first. Alright, so now that we're already in position, we're going to ambush with Pharaoh. And you're going to go with Pharaoh first, and you're going to use the gunslinger on the Elysium. And you want to make sure you hit them both. You get a 100% crit chance on them both, which is great, and 75% shot, which is good enough. You're far enough from the pod destroyer, so he should not be able to hear you. Then you'll go with Dax. With Dax, sorry, with Selma. I guess it doesn't really matter. You need to go at the pod burner with Selma. So shoot. Perfect. And then Dax is going to finish off the spot router down here. Now, because there's two of them, you immediately killed two people. You can also go with the crossbow or with the Mimir. I'm going to go with the Mimir just to show you that it doesn't alert the destroyer, but you could have gotten with the other weapon as well. And you've already killed two people, so your abilities, while they might not be revived yet, they're pretty close. You only need to kill one more guy, which is that pod destroyer, and you get Pharaoh's gunslinger back, which is very cool. Ooh, what is that? Green eye? Ooh, 30% added to weapon range, ancient sight system. Yeah, okay, we know that. So the pod destroyer is the thing we want to go to. Alright, so at the last guy you get a couple of options. You can either attack him from the ground or from above. Just remember, when he dies he blows up, so you need to be far away. So if you're doing it from the ground, you should be far enough away if you're outside his range of the sight, but you might not get such a good chances to hit. So if you're going from on top of the building, you'll get good chances to hit, but make sure that he's not standing right out under you, otherwise he blows up. So if you need to attack him from, you should be able to attack him. I'm just going to show you the if you attack him when he's far enough, but if you really want to attack him when he's under you, then just make sure you give somebody a knockback weapon. And then at least you can sort of knock him back on the final shot when you kill him, and then he still shouldn't be able to hit you. Also, if you're attacking him from the ground, make sure that he's not standing under the building, because he would destroy the broken electronics in the building. So you want to get those first, or kill him when he's not under the building. Okay, we're going to move to the last part of the water rises, which is the one the furthest from the beginning. You can see a pod burner here on the right top pod thing. There's also a med bod walking around here somewhere. Let me, pod spawner here on the left. Let me prep, and then I'll tell you who we fight and when. Next up, we're gonna go at this pod jumper up here. You gotta make sure that the medbot and the pod router right next to the medbot, that they're far enough away. And what you're gonna need is both girls on which you wanna have the frog legs. And so, for example, you can attack right now and ducks. One thing to watch out for sometimes, so when you jump with the frog legs, what can happen to you is that they'll destroy the cover, and this guy will fall down. It's okay. Just make sure he doesn't get too close to the medbot. You would prefer to avoid that. Yeah, but see, that's the problem with the new upgrade, is that they'll destroy cover even when you don't want them to. So then the burner could, for example, fall down, which is not a problem. Like, it does damage, but it's not ideal because it could potentially like alert some of the other people. So we want to jump like there with Selma. Okay, that didn't destroy anything, that's good. So I want to try to be very careful about your positioning. And then Dax is going to need to use moth wings to finish him off, because he cannot jump. So he's going to jump, actually he can just jump here because he get a 100% shot from that. So we'll do that, and we're going to shoot him off. You could also use moth wings on Pharaoh if you wanted to.
Bye-bye.
Now, as usual, after you do this thing, you want to stay up here with the girls. So make sure either that you, before the combat, you either make sure that you split up everybody, so that the girl that stays up on top of this building is going to be there, and then you regroup with them so you can get everyone on top of the building, or that you do the final shot with one of the girls who's actually on top of the building. What I did, I actually finished the shot with Dax, as you saw, but then I quickly clicked tab, so it changed to the girls so they didn't you know, it didn't teleport to ducks just yet. So you want to make sure that you can get everybody on top of this building. Next up, we have a medbot. So what you want to use with the medbot is use Circuit Breaker to disable him. And then you're just going to use everybody else as a normal, just the regular shots. So you can also get it on both Pharaoh and Dax as a backup in case one of them fails. And you're going to be using your silent weapon. So just wait till the medbot comes close and make sure that he's far enough from the other guy, from the bot router, so not right now. Alright, the medbot is coming. So prepare your people. And you can attack about now. You're going to start off with Pharaoh and use her Circuit Breaker.
Too easy.
And then you just do regular silent shooting until he's dead.
Dick wipe.
Nothing to worry about.
Bingo.
Can't do anything, so you can just reload and finish him off with ducks or whomever. Yeah, nice. Stay in position and kill the bot router once he comes back.
I'm the hero, you're the zero.
That was awesome.
Alright, so we'll attack the tank right about now. You want to start this off with Pharaoh, so she gets that crit chance.
You don't know who you're messing with. Come get some.
Right? It's going to alert the spawner, but that's fine. As long as it doesn't alert this guy over there, that's all that matters. The destroyer. You can't kill the destroyer first because upon death he blows up, which alerts the tank. Now with Selma, what you kind of need to do is you need to get a crit chance. So you have 55% chance just like this, which is not enough. So you want to jump onto that, which will then give you 100% chance and 100% crit chance on the big guy, which is very important. So you're going to use Twitch Shot to do the damage. Now, at this point, Borman can just regularly shoot him, which is what you're gonna do. Then the spawner is gonna have a turn. On the first turn of the spawner, it doesn't actually do anything. So you're gonna have time to destroy it. Now for Summer, on the second turn of the spawner, it somehow manages to alert this guy over here. So you need to kill the spawner in one turn. This is very important. So that's why Selma's position is super important, because what she can just do is shoot, and she has a 90% chance of a crit chance, which is what you need. If you don't get a crit chance here, you won't be able to destroy the spawner. So that's why you want to use that. Then with Borman, with Pharaoh, you need to reload. So you're gonna need to reload in spot and then shoot. So this is why she has the GGR, which thankfully has a good enough range, so she should be able to shoot this thing. And then, okay, so I got crit chances, so now I can just use a regular shot. But if you don't get crit chances, then you're gonna use the Twitch Shot on Borman. So I'm just gonna use a regular shot here. Actually, I'm gonna use the Twitch Shot in case it doesn't work out for you, so that you can see what it's like if you lose the Twitch Shot ability. Okay, that thing is dead. And then you can go at the destroyer. Alright, for this one you don't need any special abilities, you just used all of your allowed weapons. So make sure that the people you have for this are the ones who need to revive some of their abilities. So we start off with Elysium,
Want some more?
which does 10 damage. Then you're going to continue with the GGR, which does 11 damage. Assuming you don't get any kind of a crit chance. We did, but you don't need to. And then you finish it off with Selma with the Mimir. And he blows up, which doesn't matter because you killed everybody else. I hope you enjoyed this guide. If you did, write down in the comments. Click on the right top to watch the next one. Click on the right bottom to watch my tips and tricks series. Or click on the left bottom to watch my very hard, no damage taken guide on every area in the base game. Or click on the left top to watch my 3-star StarCraft Trials guide.